So this is my disability awareness project. So what I knew before I started doing this project on the disability awareness, I knew kind of that disabilities were something that we're more focused on, and that we really needed to. How do I put it? It's really important that we know who has a special education, and they were always kind of different when you're kids. I mean, I when I grew up, like I say, I personally grew up with a 504 plan. And I hated being pulled out of class because of testing because I knew I was different. So I didn't really understand that difference between IEPs, special, and 504 plan. To me, it just was we were both different, and that was it. Um, and then the disabilities now, like as a teacher, it's something that made students different. It's something that you always had to focus on as an educator that we can't just ignore, and that as a teacher, like if you get an IEP, you had to know exactly what you had. I mean, as a first, second year teacher, those are things that I never understood. And these are things that you have to understood. So I always would ask questions and try to figure out what was going on. And so that was kind of my earlier interaction with special education and disabilities. So I watched the Willowbrook video, and oh, I have so many emotion that went through me when reading that, watching it, just because it disgusted me, and it honestly broke my heart. Like it just to see people treated that way and seeing how it was just cutting numbers just so we could do things. And people thought this is a great place for my student or my child to be because it was where they could be with everyone else. And I don't know how there could be someone or people in this world that would treat others like that. It disgusted me. It makes me realize how far we've gotten because of that, and it really is so wrong because of it. Like, how do we, as educators, move on from that? And that's kind of where I'm really kind of gaining from this class that we're all in. And now, sports is a big thing for me because I've coached basketball and understanding how all of those things work. And it baffles me that are there are people that argue the fact that why are we discriminating against those without disabilities to go into groups or go into that those individuals get to have groups to themselves to play sports or do uh, other activities such as the Special Olympics. And it doesn't make sense to me. Everyone deserves the right to participate. And why are we trying to make it so that everyone's equal? Those individuals, those disabled people deserve to have the same rights that we do. And knowing that they can't actively be in professional sports because of many things, that I have no problem with them actually joining. I think that would be amazing. I think one of the coolest things I've read in the past couple of weeks was that the first player in D1 history with autism to score a basket happened this year. And I think that is amazing. But what are we accomplishing from taking that away from them? That's truly what I don't understand. I think everyone deserves that right, and that we don't have anyone else to really feel that they should be part of it. And that's why, as Dr. Leogrand said in class today, earlier in the beginning, those people who get to play in wheelchairs and play wheelchair basketball and just get to stand up at the end of the day, they get to leave. They don't. So I have mixed feelings about that. Now, what I want to see from myself in the future is I need to be more empathetic than sympathetic. There was one of the articles I read was how we as educators can sometimes be too empathetic, meaning we see someone struggling, like a blind student struggling, trying to do, like, you have a blind person trying to walk across a road. We as we shouldn't be just saying, "Here, give me your hand," and walking them there. They they deserve the right to get those to their goals. So when you see someone like that, we should be asking them, where do you want to go? And then helping them get to that point rather than just taking them from place to place. That's really where I want to be, because I do it too much as an educator, where I'll sometimes take a kid's hand and say, all right, this is how you do it, because they just don't get it. We as educators aren't supposed to do that. We need to be the guide and a support for them rather than something that's just forcing them to go where they want. Thank you for listening to this project. This has kind of been really eye-opening for me. I truly, truly glad I got to do this project, because there's so many things that I truly didn't understand and I still need to understand. Thank you.